Hello YouTube, it's Dearenee. Thank you for tuning in to another video. The earlier you suffer, the better. And that will sound insane to some people, but I think after explaining it, it will definitely make more sense. No matter what in life, you will suffer. No matter what you do, you will suffer. Suffering is inevitable. I've heard a quote that wherever there's light, there is darkness, and it is true. Whatever bright or good part you have in your life, there's some aspect which is technically dark and something that you'll be suffering inside of. So, it comes to the question of what type of suffering will you be choosing? And what type of suffering will you allow which will actually benefit you? What I mean by that is, I suffered from gym from younger, but I am reaping the rewards now. And I've written that because when I was younger, I told the story all the time. I used to go to the gym with my duffel bag and my school bag. And in my duffel bag, I used to carry my spare shoes. I don't know why, but I carried extra weights. I used to carry my skipping rope, resistant bands, all these things. I used to carry so many things in my bag. And then in my school bag, I used to carry, and this is most likely in A-levels, but then also in year 11, but I'll talk about A-levels more specifically. In A-levels, I used to carry every single book that I had for all three of my A-level subjects. So I'm talking about fat, massive books. And I'll carry them to school every single day. And I don't know why I didn't have rest days when I was going to the gym in secondary school, in sixth form I mean. But I would still be carrying all of these stuff to the gym consistently. And I was suffering. I won't even lie to you, I was suffering. I'll be smiling in school, but I am so tired. My sleep pattern was horrible because I was still gaming them times. So my sleep pattern's horrible. I was most likely not eating enough. And if I wasn't eating anything healthy. And I was going to the gym consistently every single day with these heavy bags after a long day of school. And bear in mind, in sixth form, I was playing basketball, break on lunch every single day. And sometimes after school, doing this to myself. I was suffering. However, now I'm reaping the rewards. I'm not going to try and gas myself up, but I have a pretty decent physique because I set the foundation on. I was going to the gym from younger. I already got the wheel rolling because I started from younger. So because I was suffering from such a younger age and suffering from all those type of aspects, and when I say suffer, I don't mean you're dying or you're having your last breath or all this, no, none of those things. But I mean, there's suffering. I was not enjoying it completely. Obviously, when I got to the gym, I take off the bags, I've taken my pre-workout, I've put some good music in, I've gotten into the zone. I'm now enjoying it a lot more. However, the pre-exhaustion point, before I even get to that point, I'm already suffering. I do not want to do it. Sometimes I'll be going when it's raining, and then I'll be walking home, or I'll be getting a bus, and it's just, what's the word? It's damp, all these things. I was not enjoying it, but I was still doing it. And now I can say I'm happy that the younger me did it. Because I'm not even feeling the pain that the younger me was feeling then. At that point in time, the suffering at that point in time was already done. It was already done at that point in time, and it's got the ball rolling now. So now, when I go to the gym, when I'm not going with my school bags anymore because I don't go to school anymore. I still got my duffel bag, but because I was used to carrying all those heavy stuff, when I carry my duffel bag now, it's barely anything. I'm actually happy just carrying it. And I've learned how to actually hold it now a different way, so it can actually be a lot better. But when I was secondary school, I was suffering holding those two bags every single day going to the gym. But me now, because of that, I can endure more because I couldn't endure so much when I was younger. But now, because of that experience, I'm able to endure more now. But two, my suffering tolerance I've built up. What I was feeling then, I don't feel now anymore. The same pain I was feeling then, I don't feel now anymore. Additionally, at this point in time, I'm seeing the same pattern. I am suffering now in business and inside of Muay Thai. I have a video coming out called Break the Glass Wall. And it's basically me talking about the glass wall that's in front of you, the glass wall that's in front of you that's stopping your goals. Break that wall, get directly through it, and then you'll get to the better side of what you want to achieve. And that can be seen in all types of aspects. Maybe it's you're trying to, look at me trying to link the video, but yeah, I have that video coming, and I see the same thing as, it's basically a pattern. I'm trying to get past that glass wall right now, but I'm suffering. I'm suffering in business, and I'm suffering in Muay Thai. When I'm training, I am tired every single training to the point of literally passing out exhaustion. I am completely tired, but I know for a fact the time will come when I'll be speaking the same way about that I'm speaking about with the gym right now. When I'm saying, okay, then the time will come when I have reaped the rewards. The time will come when I'm actually financially stable or financially free, if anything. And the time will come when I'm actually really experiencing Muay Thai, where the same training that I'm doing now will be baby food to me, which is what I want. I want that to happen. I want to get to that experience. But that all comes with me suffering now. So the same way that the younger me was suffering then, me now has to suffer now for the future me, because the future me is going to be suffering for the even further future me. Do you get what I mean? So it's just a constant cycle of suffering, but putting yourself through certain suffering before you get yourself in it. As I said earlier, no matter what in life, you will suffer, but you can dictate how you will suffer. So I saw somebody else say this as well. I can't remember who it was, but I remember he said this as well, where it is, no matter what, you will suffer. And there's two, what he was talking about, the situation was, for example, moving out. You either have the situation A, where you actually get yourself so financially stable that you can say, okay, then I want to move out at this stage in my life. And then you're ready to actually move out. So you will actually then have to tackle the points of, okay, moving out and then going through all that type of side and the hardship with there. Or you can be part two, where it is you have not prepared yourself to be moved out, and your parents say, okay, you've been here for long enough, it's time for you to move out and actually experience the life for yourself. So now you've been quote unquote kicked out, you have to experience the life for yourself, and then you still have to try and find somewhere to live. And then you have to go through that hardship to live by yourself. So that's the two sides. No matter what, you will suffer. But the second person is going to suffer a lot more than the first person, because the first person is actually prepared for it. So because I've gone through, for example, the gym suffering, when I come to Muay Thai now, I can see that I can actually push past failure. There's times when I be there and I'm just like, bro, I'm so tired, I don't want to do it anymore. But because I've gone past failure when I was going to the gym, and I was suffering so much when I was going to the gym, I can translate the same experience to me when I'm suffering now in, for example, business and Muay Thai. And the time will come when me in the future will have something else that I'm suffering in and speak about the same thing, saying that the experiences I had in business, the experience that I have in Muay Thai, the experience that I had in going to the gym, all of this experience of me suffering has allowed me to be able to suffer in this aspect and actually go through it. But if you never suffer in any of those aspects in your life, and you just wait to the point in time when it's too late and then you have to suffer at that point in time, that cannot help you. That will not help you. So, as I said earlier, no matter what in life, you will suffer. And it led me to ask this question. And I want you to ask yourself this question. Will you suffer from normality and complacency? Or will you suffer from training hard and the stress of business and the stress of success? Ask yourself that. Will you rather be suffering in normality and complacency? Will you rather be the person who waits for the troubles to come to them? Or would you rather be the person who tackles the troubles and tackles the pains so that in the future you can actually say, no, I've lived through this? Which one would you rather be? Ask yourself that question. The earlier you suffer, the better.